running the show. Marissa is the mod, we have nice mods too. Jamima gets the docs, don't you? Jamie is the boss, running the show. Marissa is the mod, we have nice mods too. Jamima gets the docs, don't you know? They're the ones yelling at Baker all day. Yelling at Baker all day. Hey, hey, hey. Yelling at Baker all day. Hey, hey, hey. Yelling at Baker all day. Hey, hey, hey. Making sure he hears what they say.
Hey, Melanie. And we are back with day 5, part 1 in this wonderful I'm an idiot, take me to court trial. Because this guy is an idiot and they took him to court. And we are now getting to the cross-examination of the detective who read all the text messages to him, where his excuse is, she used KGB cover words to make me admit I did dumb things. Yeah.
Hearing presence of the jury with counsel and Mr. Apodaca present. Good morning, everyone. We'll continue with testimony this morning. Are there any preliminary issues for the state?
Nothing from the state judge.
The defense?
Nothing for defense, Your Honor.
Okay. And so we'll have order of, what is the order of witnesses for today?
We will start with the cross and redirect of Sergeant B. Hill, then Kiara McCauley, and then we'll end with Dr. Wellner. Dr. Wellner, as you know, is our expert witness. We're asking that he be able to be present in the courtroom while Kiara McCauley testifies.
So we're going to get to Kiara McCauley today, and no matter if that goes after dinner, we're going to finish her, or after lunch, because normally I'll end at lunch. That's around 9 o'clock my time, but we'll stay and listen to that wonderful young lady.
Testifies, as that may inform his opinions in the case. And he's an expert forensic psychiatrist.
Any objection?
I would object to this, Judge. I think the witness exclusion rule should apply to him. It should to all the witnesses. He should have reviewed what he needs to review for testimony. So I would ask that he be excluded.
Ms. Murphy?
Exclusionary rule does not necessarily extend to experts. In fact, it often does not. Expert witnesses are set aside from lay people, sort of like case agents as well, and are expected to have more expansive knowledge and be less likely to be influenced by things they may see or hear. Additionally, given that his testimony relates directly to Kiara McCauley and ISAAC Apodaca, it's within his purview as a forensic psychiatrist to consider the things that they may testify to in formulating his opinions on the case. So it's relevant and permissible.
And Judge, just to let the court on notice, I do intend to ask Dr. Wellner also about coercive interrogation. In fact, it says I'm going to cross-examine the detective with. So I just want to put that out there, but I don't have anything further for the court in regards to that.
The motion to exclude is denied. He's allowed as an expert to listen to the testimony. And then you have ample opportunity to cross with respect to any testimony or opinions he may render. Okay, we'll be in recess. We'll get the jury in here and we'll get started. I need you back up on the stand.
Let's get the agent back up on the stand. What? Come on, catch up.
Let's go back on the record. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Attorneys and I have met. We've got a pretty full day, so we're going to get started immediately.
Why was someone yelling, "Oh shit," outside?
Thanks for coming back. Detective, you advised Mr. Apodaca at the beginning of the interview that he was essentially not considered a suspect, correct?
That's correct. At that time and at that point in the interview, I had no indication that he was a suspect.
Okay. And you'd say that he had done nothing wrong, correct?
At that time, that was what I knew.
And in fact, you were even talking about Halloween plans with him, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You though believed him to be a suspect, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
You believed him to be a suspect as the interview progressed, or from the onset of the interview?
I didn't believe him to be a suspect until we got the consent to go through his phone, and I started seeing some of the messages that indicated that he might have had further involvement than I originally knew about.
Okay. At what point during the interview, Detective, did Mr. Apodaca's status change from non-suspect to suspect in your assessment?
I would say approximately in the second video that we watched yesterday, where we're going through his phone and we're manipulating it together, and I start to see certain aspects of the messages that are not consistent with his statement, and start reflecting or indicating that he had some knowledge of what was going to happen before the homicide was committed. That's when my opinion changed.
Okay. And Detective, you told Mr. Apodaca the interview was more information gathering and just trying to have a conversation, correct?
Yeah, pretty much all police interviews are information and fact gathering. We're trying to figure out what happened.
And it would be safe to categorize this police conversation as an interrogation, correct, Detective?
No, I would classify it as an interview.
Okay, we'll get to that in a bit. But at the time you made the statements, had you already reviewed, or that at the time that Mr. Apodaca made the statements, had you already reviewed the messages between Mr. Apodaca and Ms. McCauley discussing what they were discussing?
Can you clarify the time frame that you mean?
Towards the middle of the interview, maybe after the first break?
After the first break, I had not manipulated the phone whatsoever. It wasn't until I obtained the written consent from Mr. Apodaca and he informed me that there was no password on his phone that we opened the phone together. And those messages, as you see them played on the interview of part 2, was my very first time seeing those messages.
Okay. And you asked Mr. Apodaca to be truthful and told him you would be upfront with him, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And when you told Mr. Apodaca you didn't do anything wrong multiple times during the interview, you didn't necessarily believe that statement to be true, correct?
So if you're referring to the first portion of the interview, at the conclusion of it, when I tell him, hey, I don't feel like you did anything wrong, that was genuinely how I felt at the time. I even told him, from what I can tell, and those are the key words, from what I can tell, you have been completely honest with me. It wasn't until the second interview where we're going through the phone that that evidence showed dishonesty, in my opinion.
Okay. And when you obtained consent to search Mr. Apodaca's phone by telling him it would help get his phone back sooner rather than later, that was somewhat of an interrogation tactic, correct?
No, not at all. So, and we can replay the interview if you'd like, sir. But I tell Mr. Apodaca, don't quote me directly, but I tell him I want to make sure.
Thank you, Angel Baby, for becoming a YouTube member. And I'm just eating. That's why I'm off screen.
You have all the information so you can make an informed decision. And I let him know with our phone, if we do end up getting a search warrant, this is the process for it. This is the timeline for it. If you give consent, this is the process here. Here's the paperwork. Take as much time as you'd like to review it. I would want the same thing if I were in his shoes. I would want all the information possible before I make a decision about what's going to happen with my personal property.
Okay. And you didn't tell Mr. Apodaca that obtaining a search warrant versus consent would affect or not affect whether criminal charges would be filed against him, correct?
No, I did not feel that was appropriate. And Mr. Apodaca did have a right to counsel, which was covered in the advisement of rights at the very beginning of the interview with him.
Okay. And Mr. Apodaca stated that he was scared and wanted to go to his parents' house, correct?
I'm not sure exactly what part of the interview that was in.
But he did communicate that during the interview, correct?
Maybe something like that, but I can't remember the context or exactly what was said at this time.
Okay. And Detective, when you first met ISAAC on that day during what I characterize as an interrogation on October 29, 2022, you explicitly told him, I have no reason to believe you to be a suspect right now, correct?
Yes, as we covered at the beginning of the interview, the first part, before we got into the messages that showed some conflictions with the facts of the case that I learned to that point, at that point, I did have no reason to believe he was a suspect, but things changed in the course of the interview.
And Detective, you've done many of these interviews, interrogations, conversations, whatever you want to call them, with suspects and persons of interest, correct?
Yes, I classify them as interviews, yes.
You have a rough idea of how many you've done?
To this point in my career or to that point in that day of the incident?
Okay. And you would consider yourself good at what you do, correct?
Yes, I would.
Okay. And generally speaking, lying is a tactic in police interrogations, correct?
Lying can be a tactic within police interrogations. In my experience, that is a risky maneuver and can be something that disrupts the trust between yourself and whoever you're speaking with within the interrogation or interview, rather. It's not something that I would commonly or frequently lean on as a practice.
Okay. Now, you reiterated to Mr. Apodaca, as far as you could tell from everyone you had talked to, he had not done anything wrong, correct?
Again, I feel like we keep saying the same question over and over again, but at the time of the first interview, I did not believe he had done anything wrong. It wasn't until the second interview where we came across the messages where my opinion changed.
Okay, but what I'm trying to get at is you communicated to him and you made it known to him that he did not do anything wrong, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
Sustained.
Okay, I'll move on. You observed firsthand that ISAAC was kind of freaking out, for lack of a better phrase, and visibly scared.
At what point, sir?
I mean, throughout the interview, but it's only as the interview was progressing
Can you clarify what you mean by freaking out?
that he was kind of panicking. He was a little anxious. He was nervous.
I would agree that he was anxious and nervous, which is a common behavior by people being interviewed. They can sometimes be nervous about what's happening. I would imagine, especially so if they have any guilt on their conscience at all. But as far as any anxiety, I would say no. I think at one point in the interview, I even offered Mr. Apodaca an ambulance or medical care if he ever felt like he needed it, which he never requested.
Okay. And without going into anything that Ms. McCulley had stated in her interview, Kiara McCulley, that their interviews were a stark contrast as far as demeanor is concerned, correct? Isaac's and Kiara's? Safe to say that Kiara was pretty even-keeled, not as anxious or concerned as Mr. Apodaca appeared to be?
I would not say that. I would say they both had their own separate demeanors that were unique in their own ways.
Okay. Now, Isaac agreed to do the interview, correct?
Yes, he did.
Isaac spoke to you, obviously, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Eventually, throughout the interview, Isaac denied hurting Kiara, correct? Or hurting Grace, correct?
Yes, throughout the entirety of the interview, from what I can recollect and from watching the video yesterday, at no point did Isaac ever say that he directly harmed the victim, Grace.
Okay. And Isaac remained cooperative throughout the investigation?
Define cooperative, sir.
I mean, he didn't ask the lawyer up. He basically answered all of your questions.
He did not request an attorney. He did answer all my questions. Now, he did not answer all the questions truthfully, which can be a form of
So if we can
not
just,
being cooperative.
so Detective, if we can just limit it to what, my question is, Isaac didn't refuse any questioning, correct? Yes or no?
He did not refuse any questioning.
Okay. On the second part of the interview he did with you, essentially cooperated throughout, I don't know, about the hour and a half, hour, 40 minutes of that interview, correct?
Until the point where he was lying about the messages, then he
Well-
was uncooperative.
So, Detective, what I'm trying to ask is, he did not refuse to answer questions, and he never got confrontational during the questioning, correct?
Yes, if that's the question, he answered all questions and did not become confrontational.
Okay, and Detective, are you familiar with the Reed technique of interrogation?
No, I'm not. I'm familiar with it, but I have not gotten any formal training in the Reed technique.
Okay, and do you understand that that is a technique that is used by detectives around the country in regards to police conversations, interrogations, discussions, different things with suspects and persons of interest?
If it's a taught technique, then I imagine it is used within law enforcement, but it's not a technique that I've been trained in. No.
Okay, and Detective, false confessions often occur, though, correct? Based on
Objection,
your-
Your Honor. 702. May we approach?
Come on up.
You're doing interrogation. Detective, when you're doing interrogations, is minimization a tactic that's used?
Can you define what you mean by minimization?
Minimizing what the seriousness of the offense, or maybe just discussing different things like how he's excited about Halloween and different things. Are you trying to somewhat loosen up the atmosphere for lack of a better term?
The discussion about Halloween was just conversation before the interview and somewhat building rapport is prior to the start of the interview.
Okay. And implied promises, is that another tactic that could be used in interrogations?
Are you referring to in general or in this case?
in general and in this case?
I cannot and will not speak to in general what may or may not be used. I'm not a subject matter expert in interviews. I only have experience in training. In this particular case, I cannot recall making any promises and breaking them.
Okay. You did state you'll be going home.
Can you refer to what part of the video I promised the defendant that he'd be going home?
Early on in the video,
I don't recall making a promise that he would go home.
but when you were discussing Halloween and different things, it sounded like once he talks about what's going on, he'll be free to leave.
That wasn't my intention with talking about Halloween, implying that he'd be free to leave.
Okay.
We were just talking.
Certainty of guilt, is that a tactic that was used in this interrogation, detective?
I don't know what that is, sir.
Okay, I'm not an idiot, Isaac. What happened? I mean, basically you're saying he's pretty much guilty and that he would have to accept that narrative.
I would consider that cross-referencing things that I had seen on the phone, evidence I'd seen on the phone, and crossing that with statements he had made and how they don't make sense, and me trying to gather a statement that was consistent with the evidence that I had seen.
Basically, detective, as the interview progressed, you wanted Isaac to confess to killing Grace.
I wanted the truth, and I said that multiple times in the interview. I wanted the truth from him.
Okay. And Isaac finished off the interview by saying, I didn't want it to happen to Grace.
I don't recall what the exact last statement was from Isaac in the interview.
Okay. Now, you took very few breaks during the entire interview, correct, detective?
We took a total of 3 breaks during the course of approximately 2.5 hours, sir.
How long was each break?
Each break was approximately 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say.
Okay. And during the breaks, was the defendant permitted to leave the interrogation room?
Prior to starting the interview at the very beginning, the defendant was asked if he needed water or the restroom. In between each of the breaks, I don't recall if we ever asked the defendant if he needed the restroom or water. Had he ever asked for it, he would have absolutely gotten a restroom or water break, but I don't recall him ever requesting or asking for anything.
Okay. And was the defendant alone during the breaks?
Yes.
Okay. And at no point did the defendant ask to stop the interrogation, correct?
No.
In fact, you had said that you needed a bathroom break in between, correct?
I did not say bathroom break, but after our first approximately hour's worth of interview, I said that I would like a break, and that break was mostly to prepare the consent to waive phone record. I wanted to pre-fill that out and have that ready to review with the defendant.
Okay, and you don't know if the defendant had adequately slept or was rested or had any sleep prior to the interrogation, correct?
It was approximately 3:30 p.m. when the investigation began. A reasonable person sleeps during the nighttime hours.
So let's just limit it to my question without speculating. You don't know if the defendant slept prior to the interrogation?
I did not know what his patterns were before the interrogation.
Okay, and a better question may be whether he was sleep deprived.
I don't know if he was sleep deprived before the interview, no.
I mean, people work different hours, people have different hours of sleep. It's very plausible that he had not slept in quite some time.
Your Honor,
anything-
that calls for speculation.
I'll keep moving on, Judge.
Sustained.
Okay. Describe the interrogation room, detective.
The interview room is, it's, I would classify it as somewhat of a smaller room. Rough dimensions, maybe approximately 8 foot by 8 foot, 12 foot by 12 foot, somewhere in that area. There is a table in the middle of it, a chair on one side, typically where the person being interviewed seats, and the person being interviewed can be a suspect, a witness, anyone. On the other side of the table is typically the case agent or whoever is conducting the interview, And then there might be an extra chair or two within that room in case, depending on the circumstance, there's other people that are going to be present during the interview. Aside from that, the interview room is pretty plain. I don't recall if there's any like art or paintings or anything hung up in there. But aside from that, the interview room is monitored and recorded with both recording and video equipment.
How many exits were there in the room, Detective?
And there's one point of entry and one point of exit.
Okay. And repeat the dimensions again, Detective?
Approximately, and I'm not in construction or anything like that, but approximately maybe somewhere between 8 feet by 8 feet or 12 feet by 12 feet. Maybe a little smaller, maybe a little bigger. I don't know for sure, sir.
Okay. And was the defendant told that the door was locked at any point?
I don't believe he was ever advised if the door was locked.
Okay. Now, can you describe your position relative to the defendant?
During the interview, sir?
Yeah.
Across from the defendant as seen in the video?
Yes, Detective.
Yeah, I was seated across the table from the defendant.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Did the defendant ask for food or water?
Not that I can recall. Did he ever request food or water?
Was food or water provided?
No, just the initial water break before the interview began at around 3:30 p.m.
Okay. And were you standing over the defendant at any point?
No.
Okay. You remember what the temperature was in the room generally?
A comfortable temperature, somewhat similar to this.
Okay. Now, you suggested to ISAAC that talking would help him, correct?
I don't remember the exact language I used, but something along the lines of being truthful would be best.
Okay. And again, in that situation, I understand minimizing could be a term of art and all that, minimizing the scenario and all that, but just from your basic understanding of what minimizing a situation is, you are trying to minimize the seriousness of the situation, correct?
No.
By trying to build rapport, small talk, isn't that just making him feel more comfortable and trying to minimize the seriousness of why he's there?
Making him feel more comfortable is different than minimizing the situation. Someone died that day. That's a very serious thing to me.
Okay. Detective on the side, who trained you on these interrogation, interview, conversation methods?
I've received various perspectives and trainings on interviews, both from on-the-job training, from watching other detectives train or conduct interviews. I attended a peace interview course in 2022 prior to this incident. And then at both of the basic and advanced homicide investigation courses that I attended, they cover topics of interview training.
You stated you were in the Air Force?
No, in the United States Marine Corps.
Or the Marine Corps, excuse me. Yeah, and then thank you for your service. And in the Marine Corps,
Thank you.
you were certainly trained extensively. Were you trained in interrogation tactics or anything like that?
No, I was never trained in interrogation tactics. I was a military police officer, so we received interview training in there as well.
Interview training.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Detective. Now, you told the defendant that or kind of asked him if he feels better or if he would feel better by letting loose and telling him or telling you essentially what you wanted to hear, correct?
No, not what I wanted to hear. I wanted the truth.
Okay. Do you know if the defendant took any medication during or prior to the interrogation, Detective?
No, I don't know about medication.
Okay. And did you inquire into any potential medical conditions that he may have?
No, not that I can recall now.
Okay, so you're not aware of any medications that he may have taken regularly, correct?
No, the only questions I asked him pertained to alcohol and drug use during the incident, or if there was any evidence of that at the scene. I did not ask about any medication or medical diagnoses.
Okay, now you sure that the defendant actually understood your questions?
I felt like he understood my questions. Yes.
Okay, but he did appear to be a little bit anxious?
Anxious and nervous. Yes.
Okay. You're not trained to recognize psychological distress, are you?
Define psychological distress and in what context?
Well, I'm asking the question, Detective. So, I mean, I'm just, psychological distress is what it is. I mean, essentially, did he seem to be under any sort of mental distress, any sort of anxiousness, anything that you believe that could be problematic to getting a
Objection,
proper
Your
answer out
Honor.
of it?
One, compound, getting into outside the scope of this witness's expertise and testifying throughout the duration of his question.
And clarifying his question to me.
You can finish your
Judge.
question.
Okay.
Objections overruled.
Thank you, Judge.
Can you repeat the question? I got lost there.
Okay. So are you trained to recognize psychological distress?
No.
Okay. Did you document the defendant's emotional state at all? Yes or no, Detective?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. You didn't inquire as to the defendant's educational background or whether he had difficulty reading, did you, Detective? Yes or no?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. And you do understand that age, experience, education, background, and intelligence are relevant factors when dealing with waivers of rights and things of that sort, correct, Detective?
Yes.
Okay. Now, after the defendant made his statements, you pretty much ended the interview, correct?
Are you referring to the conclusion of the third video when we were done with the interview? Was the
I mean,
interview?
as soon as he made the statement that you wanted him to in regard to what you believed was incriminating, you pretty much ended the interview, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, may we approach?
Come on up.
When you were told Isaac, dude, I'm not dumb, when you were pressuring him to change his account, correct?
Can you say the question again, sir?
You told Isaac, dude, and I'm not dumb, right?
Yes, I believe that was said by me at some point during the interview. Yes.
So you're basically, that was a tactic to pressure him to change his account, correct?
No, not at all. That was me looking at the.
Yes or no? Are you saying no?
Can you rephrase the question to see if it's a yes or no question?
Well, that's what I said. I said you were pressuring him to change his account. Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Mr. Apodaca stated he wanted a peaceful resolve.
He did state that.
You didn't explore what actions he took to achieve a peaceful outcome, did you, Detective? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. When you never investigated agreements that Mr. Apodaca could have made to remove Grace from danger? Yes or no?
Can you rephrase the question? Or can you say the question again?
Okay. You never further investigated any attempts Mr. Apodaca made to remove Grace from danger, correct? Yes or no?
That's false.
No, you did not.
I did do, like, your phrasing of your question is confusing me. I'm disputing what you're asking.
Okay, so you're saying no.
Can you say the question again?
Okay. You did not further investigate anything that Mr. Apodaca may have done to remove Grace from danger.
Yes, I did.
Okay. But you basically formed a narrative during that interview that you wanted Mr. Apodaca to agree to.
No, I
correct?
did not.
Okay. You told Mr. Apodaca, it's over, Isaac. It's over. you need to own it. You were trying to obtain a confession at that point, were you not, detective?
Your
No,
Honor, objection is to form and badgering.
Not badgering him at all. Asking a
Ask
question.
the question again.
Okay. You told Mr. Apodaca, it's over, Isaac, it's over, and you need to own it. You were trying to obtain a confession, were you not, detective?
No,
Okay. Not trying to be overly dramatic, but maybe I was. Okay. You created a narrative, again, before you started interviewing Mr. Apodaca, correct?
no, I did not.
Okay. Now, false evidence can often be presented to ascertain a narrative, correct?
You can, hypothetically.
So essentially lying can be a tactic in interrogations or interviews?
Are you asking me to speculate?
I mean, in your training and experience, detective?
Generally speaking, anything is possible, yes.
Okay. And eventually you basically got Isaac to agree with stuff you were just telling him, correct?
No,
You agree that Isaac was kind of a people pleaser?
I don't agree.
Your Honor.
Counsel approach.
People pleaser. Your observation that Isaac come across as a people pleaser?
No,
Was he kind of trying to become your friend almost in that interview?
no,
Okay. You did tell Mr. Apodaca that things would be a lot better for you moving on if you just come out and you cooperate, correct?
yes, I did state that.
Okay. Mr. Apodaca repeatedly said, I mean, he did say he was scared and he was shooken up, correct?
I don't recall the exact verbiage he used.
Hear that? And then you didn't consider that his mental state might affect the reliability of his statements?
Can you say the question again?
You never considered whether his mental state might affect the reliability of his statements, yes or no?
No,
Okay. You acknowledged that you stated that Mr. Apodaca made a mistake. You were essentially presenting a narrative that you wanted him to agree to at that point, correct, detective?
no, not correct.
Okay. You told Mr. Apodaca he was going to jail that night, did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you had not completed your investigation before making that assertion, correct?
No, the investigation carried on for several years.
Okay. And you had not interviewed Kiara McCulley by that time, correct? When you made that statement?
No, I had not.
Okay. Now, you've been sitting through this entire trial, right? You've been observing the witnesses, testifying, everything that's going on. There's absolutely no physical evidence linking Isaac Apodaca to the killing of Grace Jennings, correct?
No.
Objection, Your Honor.
Answer the question.
The answer stands.
Thank you.
Objections overruled.
Based on your investigation and everything you've observed in trial this week and last week, and throughout your investigation, you have no evidence that Mr. Apodaca was even present in the garage when Grace Jennings was killed, correct?
Approach.
Detective, based on So Detective, based on testimony in the trial so far that you've sat through, there's been no evidence presented that Mr. Apodaca was in fact present in the garage when Ms. Jennings was killed, correct? Yes or no, Detective?
Up to this point, no.
Okay. And
Can I re-clarify the question you asked before that? I feel like you misinterpreted my answer.
no, you can't.
Okay, thank you.
It's not how it works.
No worries.
Nothing personal. All right. Now, Isaac did disclose to you that he has severe pre-existing personal trauma regarding violent deaths from,
Yes, he did mention something like that.
and he told you that he previously witnessed his friend's essentially brains being blown out right in front of him while sitting in a car, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And he explained that an event like that essentially left him super traumatized, correct?
Yes, he stated that.
Okay. Now you would agree that panic attack and passing out in a police car are consistent with a severe trauma response, correct?
To clarify, generally speaking, would I agree?
Yes.
Yeah, generally speaking, that could be an indication. Sure.
Okay. And that could be consistent with severe trauma instead of a consciousness of guilt, correct?
Can you say the question again?
I mean, a panic attack and passing out in a police car are consistent with a severe trauma response and not a consciousness of guilt of any sort, correct?
I would need more context to answer the question.
Okay. Basically, Detective, he could have an adverse reaction to severe trauma that can affect his ability to properly communicate with you, correct?
Objection, Your Honor, 702.
Counsel approach.
I don't remember the exact language that he used. No.
Okay. Like stated also that Kiara was bringing up past instances involving other women out of jealousy, correct?
Yes, correct. I remember that.
Okay. Isaac described Kiara actively threatening him with multiple weapons, correct?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and that would include a butterfly knife, correct?
Yes, correct.
A dagger,
Yes.
a sword.
Yes, I believe he said she was swinging around a sword.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. And yeah, and in regards to swinging a sword, he told you that Kiara swung a sword at him and actually nicked him in the arm, correct?
I don't remember if he said she nicked him in the arm. I do remember the part of him allegedly saying she was swinging around a sword.
Okay, and he told you that Kiara dragged a dagger across his face to see if he was scared, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Isaac explicitly identified that all three of these weapons, the butterfly knife, the sword, and the dagger, belonged to Kiara, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Maybe approach real quick, John.
Come on up.
In 2000. Detective Isaac also provided information about a past violent incident in 2017 involving Kiara and the victim Grace, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Okay, and Isaac told you that throughout the early morning hours, from it was roughly 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., Kiara was repeatedly poking something sharp into his lower back.
Yes, he did.
Okay, and he estimated that she poked him about 15 times, correct?
I don't remember the quantity.
Okay, and then he said in a kind of a very sad and upset tone of voice, he kind of stated that he had begged her to stop because it was hurting him, correct?
I don't remember the tone of voice, but I do believe he mentioned that he asked her to stop.
Okay, and he even offered, I mean, he even showed you his back during the interview because it was incredibly sore, correct?
He did show me his back, yes.
Okay. Isaac has explained that Kiara had ordered him and Grace to leave the property at approximately 8:30 a.m., correct, Detective?
Approximately, yes.
Okay. He explained that the delay in leaving was because he was packing his belongings, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. And that he was trying to secure a ride from his mother, correct?
Correct.
In the residence, or the detached garage, the abode, whatever you want to call it, that day, there were packed bags, correct? Suitcases or luggage, essentially bags that were packed up with clothes.
Not that I'm aware of.
That's concerning, Detective. So did you go through everything?
Objection, Your Honor. Commentary.
Restate your question.
We'll do that. You did not go through everything in that residence, correct? After the crime?
I did not process the scene. No,
Okay. Your agents did not go through everything.
that'd be a better question for them.
You're the case agent, Detective, are you not?
I am case agent.
Okay. So you oversee what your agents do as part of their investigation, correct?
Correct, within reason.
That's why you're allowed to sit here throughout the entire trial and witness everyone's testimony, correct?
What's your question?
Question is, did your investigation, the investigation that you managed, Did you go through everything in that residence?
Everything of evidentiary value, yes.
How do you know what is of evidentiary value and what is not, detective?
Based off the information that we have at the time, we are able to obtain search warrants and collect things that we know to be evidence. We cannot collect things that we do not know are evidence and come to light later on.
Safe to say that that residence is a pretty big mess, right?
Your Honor, can defense just clarify whether when they're saying residence?
The detached garage.
The garage.
The detached garage.
Can you repeat the question, sir?
It's safe to say that that detached garage was a pretty big mess, correct?
Yes, it was in a state of a mess.
Okay. At that point, when you enter a crime scene or when you're conducting an investigation and you enter a crime scene, you don't know what is of evidentiary value and what is not of evidentiary value, correct, detective?
No, that's not correct.
So just by walking in, you can observe, oh, that's of evidentiary value, that's not of evidentiary value. How do you know what's packed in a bag and what's not?
Well, based on the information, the facts you have at the time, you obtain your search warrant. So some things are of obvious evidentiary value. For example, the bloody sword, things like that.
Okay, so what's in plain sight, for lack of, no, it sounds like a term bar, but for lack of a better phrase, you are just basing your observations or what you believe is evidentiary value based on your general plain sight observations of the detached garage.
No, it's not just that. It's a multitude of things.
Okay, but shouldn't you be going through everything in that residence when you're investigating a crime scene where it appears that somebody has been stabbed to death multiple times?
Yes,
Okay, and that was not done here, correct?
that's not correct. The scene was processed and everything was gone through, to my understanding.
But you're saying you don't know about ISAAC's luggage that was packed up there in the residence?
I don't know about that. I don't have first knowledge of that.
Okay.
Can we just get to some question that matters?
Isaac could also say that when Kira immediately, or when Isaac returned, Kira immediately smiled and stated, I did it, correct?
Yes, he did state that.
Okay. Now, Mr. Apodaca say that he had used the restroom for approximately 30 seconds, possibly?
Yes, he's very
Okay.
specific on the time.
Okay, he may not have remembered how much time had lapsed, correct, during the pretty traumatic situation?
Can you say the question again?
You know, if you remember, actually, let me move on to the next one. You told Mr. Apodaca that you don't think that this happened in 30 seconds to 2 minutes, correct?
Correct, I did tell him that.
Okay. And you were referring to the injuries that you observed at the scene, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you've been listening again to the testimony here at trial, and you heard the testimony of the OMI, correct?
Yes, I did.
The OMI witness, and said it likely took about, it happened in about 2 minutes, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So was this again a tactic to try to elicit information or to trip Isaac up when you were interviewing him, as you would characterize it?
No, it
Or
was not
interrogating, as I
tactic.
would? Okay. Basically, you told him that I don't think that it happened in 30 seconds to 2 minutes.
I did tell him that, yes.
Okay. And you didn't conduct any independent forensic analysis to determine the actual duration of the attack, correct?
But personally, myself, no.
No. Okay. In fact, you did not have the blood that was discovered, or your team did not have the blood that was discovered on the door to the house tested for DNA, correct?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. You didn't, and again,
I wasn't gone. I was just eating. I was looking at you and Panda Bear. Let's just say we'll have a talk in the principal's office after.
there was a lot of stuff all over the place in the house and the garage, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you just basically didn't think it was.
After three jurors had been falling asleep, maybe this is his tactic, because he's going to keep him on the stand for another half an hour.
Be important to search everything.
No, I would not say that.
But you did not search, or your team did not search everything, correct?
Can you clarify what you mean by search everything?
Go through every bit of potential evidence that is in that detached garage or in the house.
My understanding, sir, is a search warrant was obtained to search for a specific set of items, and the entire area that was to be searched for, outlined in the search warrant, the entire area was searched for all those items of evidence, and all those items of evidence were obtained.
Okay. And Isaac had told you his mom was going to pick him up, correct?
Yes.
He attacked his bags. Detective, Mr. Apodaca told you that some of the messages were not sent by him, but by Ms. McCullough using his account from a second phone, correct?
Yes, he did say that.
Okay. You didn't examine, or you did not extract anything from the second phone that you seized, correct?
There was no extraction report created on that phone.
Okay, but you did locate that second phone, correct?
Yes, the phone was located and extraction was attempted, but there was no data on that phone.
So you basically didn't do an extraction on that phone.
No, if you heard what I said, an extraction was done on that phone. There was no data recovered during the extraction of that
Okay,
phone.
and that is a product of the extraction report, or was a proper extraction done on that phone?
From what I was told from the individual that conducted the extraction was
And if I'm going to find you under the bleachers with the boys smoking cigarettes again, I'm going to call your mom.
that there was no data on the phone because
Without going into what other people are saying or whatever, you did not ascertain anything from that extraction, correct?
nothing was recovered from that extraction of that phone.
And you didn't take any steps to verify whether the messages were actually sent by Mr. Apodaca or by somebody else, correct?
Can you state the question again?
You didn't take any steps to verify whether the messages that you were investigating at that point were actually sent by Mr. Apodaca or whether it was sent by somebody else?
No, that's false. I did take steps.
Okay. So at that point, you basically confronted Isaac and said that he sent those messages, correct?
What point are you referring to?
During the interrogation or interview, towards the end of it.
Can you say the question again?
I mean, you basically, in detective, I mean, I'm not sure if you're not properly understanding what I'm trying to ask, but I mean, I'm asking you the questions and you keep asking me questions back. I don't know if that's a tactic.
Objection, Your Honor.
Come on up.
Stop smirking. I know he's annoying you, but stop smirking. It doesn't look good.
So, detective, during your review of the, you reviewed the Facebook messages, correct?
Yes, I did read Facebook
Okay.
messages.
And you saw that Kira McCulley was trying to provoke an aggressive reaction from Mr. Apodaca, correct?
I'm correct. She did make that statement.
Okay. She told him, feel the anger from that night, use it on her, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And Mr. Apodaca also complains about physical distress throughout the string of messages, correct?
Again, I'd have to know exactly what messages you're referring to, what context, and at what point.
Okay.
Well, I am single.
Now, let's go into the situation after the fact when Mr. Apodaca returned to the garage after using the restroom. He found the victim already deceased, Ms. Jennings, correct?
According to his statement.
Okay.
Yes.
And Mr. Apodaca
I feel you, bro.
went to a nearby commercial business, AP Wireless, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And contacted his mother to ensure law enforcement was dispatched to the scene, correct?
He contacted his mother. Yes.
Okay. And he voluntarily waited at AP Wireless for your officers to arrive, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And the moment you asked for access to his phone to understand what had happened, he signed a complete electronic consent waiver without hesitation, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
1 second. It's closed, correct?
No.
Okay. And the defendant was always free to end the interview and just walk out, correct?
Not for the entire time of the interview. No.
But towards the beginning, he didn't have to be there. He could have just left,
That's correct.
and he stuck around,
Yes.
and he was cooperative. He answered all your questions, yes or no, detective?
Yes.
Nothing further.
Thank you.
Redirect.
no, don't do redirect.
Come on up.
You don't need to redirect. He hung himself in the interview. Just get over it. Get him off the stand. Get the woman on the stand. That's all I'm asking for. My computer really doesn't like the heat. The jury's falling asleep. The witnesses are falling asleep. I'm falling asleep. That's 3 minutes gone. 4 minutes. 5 minutes.
And when we go,
Okay, so talking about the messages, you were asked on cross about whether or not you took steps to verify messages
74.
were sent by Mr. Apodaca. Do you remember that line of questioning?
yes, correct.
Okay,
At
so
6:20.
prior to receiving permission to open Isaac's phone and reviewing those messages with him, did you know what those messages were going to be?
No, I had no idea.
Okay, and when you reviewed those messages with Isaac, I'm not going to ask you to reiterate which portions, but it's on the video, but did he acknowledge or deny that some of the messages were him?
Yes, he acknowledged that some of the beginning messages were him, and then there was a period of time where he outlines a select series of messages were not him, that allegedly Kiara was using another phone within the garage to message herself. And then when we go back higher up in the timeline of the messages, he does state in the interview that those messages are him sending them. Furthermore, when we examined his phone in the Cellbrite report,
We'll get to the phone examination. We'll just stick with the
Sorry.
No, it's okay. We'll just stick with the interview for now. After denying that some of those messages were his, did that statement change later in your interview?
yes, it did.
Okay, can you explain that?
Later on in the interview, I asked him again if he sent those messages and if he meant what they said, and he agreed.
Going then after your interview with Mr. Apodaca, what did you do to, what if anything, did you do to cross corroborate that Isaac Apodaca's phone was utilized to send those messages?
Yeah, so after I filed the search warrants for Facebook returns, cell phone data, and received all those reports that we have already displayed here, I did notice, especially in some of those messages that he had referenced was allegedly Kiara messaging Kiara, that the time difference between them was sometimes a second between each one. The messages were sent back and forth very quickly, which indicated to me from an investigative standpoint that it was not Kiara messaging Kiara.
And speaking of the Facebook warrant returns, you mentioned that you executed Facebook warrants for both Kiara's account and Isaac's account. Is that correct? Or for the null void account?
Correct.
Okay. And when you had the Celebrite extraction done, what were you able to observe in the Celebrite extraction as it relates to the use of the Facebook Messenger app off of Isaac's phone?
I'm sorry, it was slipping my mind for a minute, but the IP addresses for the phones indicated that the phones or the users that were using them was Kiara and Isaac.
And then referencing States Exhibit 88 here in my hand, it's been previously admitted as the log entries for the use of the Facebook Messenger app. What did this, when you reviewed this, what did you see in this log entries of the use of the Facebook Messenger app from Isaac Apodaca's extraction?
Can I reference the document?
Sure, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes, please.
Can I approach?
Yes.
Let's ask you to review. Entries you obtained, what did you observe as it relates to the use of the Facebook Messenger app during the relevant time period, October 28th to October 29th, on Isaac's Apodaca's cell phone?
The Facebook record indicates that he sent a series of messages throughout the night, and then it shows and is collaborated with the Cellbrite report that he uses the Facebook call feature to contact his mother, and then calls his mother through the actual line to her actual line.
You were asked on cross about, there was a reference to the defendant passing out in the back of a police car. In the course of your investigation, did you determine whether Isaac Apodaca had passed out in the course of in the back of a police car?
No, I never was told anything about that, nor do I have any knowledge of that.
When you were asked about Isaac's demeanor and mental state during his interview, and at one point, Isaac Apodaca did appear to cry. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay. During your second interview, the portion where you review the text messages with him, did Isaac Apodaca cry during any of that portion?
No, his demeanor, no.
What was his demeanor during that portion, the second portion of the interview, and the third portion?
Calm. He didn't seem to have anxiety during that portion of the interview when I was asking those questions.
At any point, did you in fact lie to Isaac Apodaca?
No.
In conducting your interview with Isaac Apodaca, what was your goal?
My goal is to find the truth, to find out what happened in that garage. And I stated that several times throughout the interview. I wanted as much information as possible, as much truthful information as possible about what happened to Miss Grace Jennings.
Did the discovery of those, what, if any, impact did the discovery of those text messages have on your investigation? Or, I'm sorry, I keep saying text messages, the Facebook Messenger messages and text messages. What, if any, impact did those have on the investigation?
Well, in the short term, in the scope of the interview, it altered Mr. Apodaca from being potentially just a witness to a suspect, resulted in us charging him that day. And it gave me some more insight when I proceeded into my investigation with Ms. Kiara McCauley.
Thank you. Moment, Your Honor.
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor. We'll reserve this witness out of abundance of caution.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take our morning break at this time.
And we are live. That was boring. That was a waste of time. But I don't know much, but I know I'm loving that we're going to hear from Kiara now. And I hope it's going to be amazeballs in all the ways that she is absolutely a lunatic, that she will spill the beans on everything, and it'll just be amazeballs. And I hope it's going to be short. Don't waste 4, 5, 6 hours. Just keep it going until lunch break. Well, not keep it going, but keep her going for about an hour or so, and then get the last expert up, finish by lunch, get it over to the defense. The defense, as far as I know, they are still holding out if Isaac is going to testify. Please testify. So I hope that's that's gonna happen because I like a dumb criminal. I think that's my favorite type of criminals. That's dumb criminals. It's I want him to sit and talk about how she's a KGB plant and that he had to do the Black Widow thing where you destroy your nose so you can't smell the pheromones. I don't think that's how it works. So you can unalive someone and do all the things that he watched in a movie and thought, I love that. Why are you saying this? Well, I was watching a movie and I think that's what I was talking about. No, you idiot. You weren't. You were trying to be this cool guy who was member of a paramilitary group. You were a fat loser. You're not member of any paramilitary groups. You were just a fat loser who was LARPing and showing your butt crack more than necessary. I know you're planned. ISAAC already testified effectively. Yeah. We know all about him. He was forced into a threesome, and he might be able to get hard. That's Ruth. But this has been a little bit of a tough trial to get to because we had to just go over all the boring technical things, but the last day and a half has been pretty good. Well, we are a daytime show now, no wigs on daytime shows. How much butt crack showing is necessary? Well, it depends. Are you trying to establish dominance? Are you trying to entice the ladies? It depends on what are you using the butt. Grandmal, you as a male of a certain age, you know women loves to call the plumbers because then they get to see the crack. And there's nothing more sexually arousing for a woman than a plumber's crack. You can do all the curls you want. You can do all the overhead lifting to try and get a bigger chest and all of that. But nothing works better on a lady than a loose pair of sweatpants and then just that slight bend forward. It's, well, at least in my experience, that's that gets the motor running. I was told that lady didn't wear any makeup. Well, it's hot as hell and I'm talking a lot, so I get parched.
Bring her up.
I am known to know the ladies. And all these gym bros who are standing there and doesn't work. Just bend over, show those white cheeks and a hairy crack, and woo, you'll be forced into a threesome every day. Hey, old dog. Well, that's the power of the crack. You cannot turn it off. Get Ready With Me will be waking up 30 minutes before the stream starts. Be it, what? Jesus, I'm streaming today. Well, I better get out. Then go into the bathroom, putting some moisturizer in my face. Then go in here, start looking at stuff, and then, oh my God, it's 5 minutes till I have to start. Let me set up everything. Did I invite Jamie? And then I'm starting. That would be my Get Ready With Me. I'm not one of those people who is getting ready. Hey, I was at the gym today. I did chest and shoulders and triceps. And I don't know, some guy came over and started speaking English to me. I was like, he sounds really Danish, but I started speaking English back to him. So I don't know if he's Danish. Kind of weird. Yeah. Can I work in? Yeah, sure you can. And then I said, should I just leave the weights on? Because he was doing squats and I was doing overhead pushes. Let me just say, you have chicken legs. If I can do overhead pushes, military press, and you'd use the same weight as squatting. And I wasn't even lifting heavy. I was just, today was a recovery set day. It wasn't, how much did I have on? Only like 40 kilos or something like that. So 88 pounds. That's my overhead press, and my overhead press is really bad. And he was using it for squats. I was like, bro, you need to get some protein in those chicken legs. Yes. Mastiff, you missed. Well, you should have been at the morning stream. This stream so far today hasn't been good, but we are going to get to Kiara next. I'm sorry. Hey, Taillight. Have you ever done a rendition of Fiddler on the Roof using cat sounds? And you call yourself a singer? There are those who go to the gym and then there are gym bros. Yeah, when you're standing in a gym and they are standing over there doing that, there's nothing better than go over and just curl. Oh, she lost a lot of weight in prison. Good for her. I'm trying to lose some weight myself. That's why I made my lasagna tonight half the thickness of normal. So less food in my stomach. What part of the deep south? This is New Mexico. Oh, we got a break here at the deep south, 81. Oh. Alabama. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Well, I don't want to go to prison. Yeah, she looks like she's a little special. Well, she did have a girlfriend before. I know it's caught that silent. It's not me. A lot of shitty tattoos on this one. Well, I don't know if it's a choice. Maybe it's the only. Maybe they have lice in the prison, and everyone has that haircut. I don't like those spaces. I know Valhalla has them. I don't like that. Come on. Come on. I'm a painter. I'll come fill all your holes and then paint your walls. I don't got a curve like Baker, though. Thank you, Ed Ford Fred. Just show some crack. That's all the ladies want. We have established this today. Panda Bear has confirmed no lady can handle the crack. Why don't you close the door then so it can't run anymore?
You may be seated in the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on the record. Who's the state's next witness?
State calls Kiara McCauley, Your Honor.
You face me, raise your right hand. I place you under oath. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Please have a seat. Everything we do has to be recorded, so I'm going to ask you to move a little bit closer to that microphone. You don't need to lean into it. It just needs to be in front of you to catch your voice.
Okay.
If you'd begin by stating your name for the jury and spelling your last name for us, please.
I'm Kiara McCulley, MCCULLEY.
Ms. Murphy, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and can you just get a little closer to the mic?
Okay, is that better?
Yes, thank you. When is your birthday?
December 4th, 2002,
How far did you get in high school?
11th grade.
What's your mom's name?
Lanny,
Congratulations, JG Cruz.
You go to October of 2022. Where were you living on October 28th, 29th of 2022?
the garage of my mom's house, which is 5941.
Yes, for those of you who hasn't followed along, this is the killer. She took a plea deal. She was charged with first degree and pled to a second degree, got 30 years in prison for her testimony. That would be sought person. We're trying to be inclusive over here. This is a rule that Jamie, Jemima, and Marissa has instated, that we are trying to use more inclusive language. So we are using murderer, not just murderer, and we're using sought people.
1 Jaguar Drive.
Did I forget to put the boost on? No,
Did anyone else live in that garage with you?
Oh.
It was me.
it's not working. That's why. Let's just refresh this one and then.
I don't remember the exact age. I just know I was in 2nd grade when
I'll go back so we can get her. The booster crapped out again.
Ask you to move a little bit closer to that microphone. You don't need to lean into it. It just needs to be in front of you to catch your voice.
Okay.
If you'd begin by stating your name for the jury and spelling your last name for us, please.
I'm Kiara McCulley, MCCULLEY.
Ms. Murphy, you may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, and can you just get a little closer to the mic?
Okay, is that
How
better?
the enhancer is
Yes.
working.
When is your birthday?
December 4th, 2002,
How far did you get?
A mom who gets really mad because they mentioned the wrong type of LARPing. That's the one who raises someone like this.
in high school?
11th grade.
What's your mom's name?
Lanny,
You go to October of 2022. Where were you living on October 28th, 29th of 2022?
the garage of my mom's house, which is 5941 Jaguar Drive.
Did anyone else live in that garage with you?
It was me and Isaac.
Were there any parks or features, public spaces near that house at 5941 Jaguar Drive?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
There were a few schools, and then there's a park just about a block away.
Do you know if that park had a name or the cross streets near it?
I don't remember.
I want to talk about someone named Grace Jennings, okay? Do you or did you know somebody named Grace Jennings?
I did.
She's 23 years old.
How old were you when you met Grace?
I don't remember the exact age. I just know I was in 2nd grade when I met her.
How did you meet her?
I was best friends with her little sister.
Going forward into your early teen years, what was your relationship with Grace?
We were friends for a while, and then we started dating.
How long did you date?
About 8 months, if I remember correctly.
And what do you mean when you say that you guys dated?
Like, we were in a semi-serious relationship.
Okay. And what does that mean to you?
That she was pretty much number one above me in my life. She meant everything to me at the time.
What would you do, you and
Uh,
Grace, during that time frame?
We would go out, we would have fun, just be kids.
Did you eventually break up?
Yes.
1.25.
Without saying anything anyone said or did, how did that breakup impact you emotionally?
It was really difficult for me. I'm the one who ended it, but I never really let go.
After you and Grace broke up, did you eventually start dating somebody named ISAAC APODACA?
I did.
How did you meet ISAAC APODACA?
I had talked to Grace, and we were just talking about meeting up at the Santa Fe Place Mall so that I could see if she was worth bringing back into my life. And when I was there, Isaac was there with her.
And what happened?
We started talking and hanging out. We were just doing what normal kids do, you know. And then later in the night, he walked me home. And the next day, we were supposed to meet up, all three of us, and Grace didn't show up. So it turned into Isaac and I's first date.
And do you remember the year that that happened?
2019,
How long did you and Isaac Apodaca date?
3.5 years.
Is Isaac Apodaca present in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point to him and tell me what he's wearing?
He's over here wearing a quite nice suit and a blue tie.
Your Honor, can the record reflect that this witness identified Isaac Apodaca?
She has.
Quite nice suit. That's not. What's a quite nice suit? Nice suit.
When you and Isaac were together, did you have pet names or nicknames for each other?
Yes.
Okay. What was the nickname that Isaac would use for you?
Puggle.
Puggle?
Yeah, that means baby platypus.
Okay. And what was your nickname for Isaac?
Otter.
And you stated that you lived together with Isaac?
Yes.
Where did you first live together with Isaac?
My mom's house.
And when you say the house, what do you mean?
It's the 5941 Jaguar Drive.
Mhm.
That's the house that we were living in.
Okay.
We were in the bigger room at the front of the house.
Okay. In the main house?
Yes.
And how long did you live in the main house together, you and Isaac?
It was on and off between there and other locations for most of our time together. I can't remember exactly how long.
Okay.
It was most of it.
Did you ever live in any other locations on the property at 5941 Jaguar?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that other location?
The garage.
Why did you move to the garage?
Isaac was telling me that my mom wasn't really that great for me, so I needed to get some space.
Can you kind of describe the general layout of the garage?
We moved things around a few times, but when you first go in, to the right of you, there's the TV and a table, and the bed is right in front of you.
What size was the bed, if you remember?
It was a queen.
A queen? Okay. I want to talk a little bit about something that happened on April 4th of 2022. Not saying anything else. Do you know what I'm referring to when I say that day?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Briefly, what happened on April 4th of 2022?
I was having a hard time and debating things, and I told Isaac about what I was thinking about, and he had a complete breakdown and attacked me.
What do you mean he attacked you?
He started beating me up.
Did you have any injuries?
Yes, he broke my thumb and left a lot of bruises.
And when you say you were debating things, what were you debating?
Our relationship.
Did you
Isn't it poisonous?
go anywhere for medical care after that happened?
Yes,
Where'd you go?
I went to, which hospital was it?
This part is actually one of the last hearings that they were allowed to bring in prior bad acts that he had beaten her up.
Was not St. Vincent's. What was the other one called? Sorry, it's been so long since I've been there.
It's okay. You went to the hospital?
Yeah, I went to the hospital.
All right. And did you speak to the police at all about that incident?
I did.
Did you pursue charges for it?
I did not.
All right. Why?
I didn't want to make his life harder, and I wanted him happy so he would come back.
What made you, did Isaac say anything specific about the charges or about not cooperating with the charges?
I don't really remember.
After that incident, did you get back with Isaac?
I did.
Do you remember how long from when that happened until you guys were back together?
It was about 3 weeks.
How, if at all, did your relationship change after that incident in April of 2022?
For maybe a month, it was like a honeymoon stage, but then it went straight back to the abuse that I was getting.
I want to talk about something called sex work, okay?
Mhm.
Right. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
Is there another word for sex work?
There are a lot of different terms.
Is me referring to it as sex work a term or phrase that you're comfortable with me using to refer to what we're going to talk about? Okay. Have you ever engaged in sex work?
Yes.
And what does that mean to you?
I would have sex with different people and get money for that.
How did that come about that you started doing that?
In 2020, Isaac and I were living in an apartment with his friend, and no one was willing to get a job or pay for anything. And he suggested that I start basically prostituting myself. And I told him I needed to think about it. And then he just said, I already have a couple clients for you. Just go out and do it.
And when you say he, who do you mean?
Isaac.
How was payment rendered for the sex work? Who got paid and how?
I would be handed the money at first from the client, and then I would take it to Isaac and he would hold on to it.
Why give Isaac the money?
I'm not even sure why I gave it to him.
Do you know what Isaac would do with the money from sex work?
From getting model kits to other things that I'm not sure about, he would just.
She's from 2002, so she would have been 18 in, 17, 18 in 2020, depending on the date.
spend it on whatever he wanted.
I want to talk about things Isaac would tell you, okay? And can you explain to me what, if anything, you would believe in general that Isaac would tell you that maybe you feel differently about now?
Well, there's so many things. He had me convinced that he was an angel. Had me convinced of a lot of different things, even an organization that doesn't exist.
Can we get a mental check on this chick? I'm not reading the Bible. This is Jamie's specialty. Jamie is the Bible expert on this channel. But isn't angels described as beings of light? That is beautiful. Maybe a fallen angel? And don't hoe around for model kits. Lego, that's a different thing, but don't put no Pokemons, a Gundam, and stuff like that.
And I understand why I fell into it now that I've looked at it, but I'm very disappointed in myself still.
What do you mean you believed he was an angel?
He had convinced me he was the Archangel Gabriel.
What do you mean that he convinced you that he was the Archangel Gabriel?
When I first met him, he told me that he was the angel, but at first I didn't believe him. Then he started telling me things that no one knew about me. And maybe a part of me wanted it to be real. But then when I started really believing him, I just kept asking, tell me more, and he kept feeding it.
Jamie, where are you?
Okay. What sorts of things would he tell you as it relates to him being the Archangel Gabriel?
He told me my darkest secret.
What do you mean by that?
It's just one thing I never told anyone, not even my mom.
And you believed that he knew that because he was an angel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You said that he told you he was part of an organization and you believed that?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember what that organization was called?
He called it Ghost.
Ghost?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall when you started hearing about, from Isaac, an organization called Ghost?
It was maybe 2-3 months into the relationship. And he kept telling me that I could be a part of it and be a hero per se. Just one thing I wanted to do was be a hero to somebody.
What was Ghost, as Isaac described it to you?
A vigilante group that took out people that, by took out, I mean kill. People who were like pedophiles, rapists, even drug addicts. Just people that were considered bad.
Did Isaac tell you how he would communicate with other members of this organization?
He never told me how he would communicate with them.
Okay. What did you believe Isaac's role in this organization called Ghost was?
He told me he was the one who started it.
This fat slop.
And you stated that the purpose was to kill people. Did Isaac make any representations to you about what he had done in the course of his work for Ghost?
He had referenced that he had killed 40 people already, which is a high number.
Okay.
Did he just mumble ridiculous?
Which is a high number.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to talk about any sort of markings or ranking.
When you're an angel, you can probably use telepathic ways of communicating.
Marks related to Ghost. Do you know what I'm referring to when I?
Yes.
Okay. What am I referring to when I say markings related to Ghost?
So he had given me a tattoo on my hand that it was supposed to say, this is that I'm a part of it. I ended up covering it up.
Okay.
But I just,
In October of 2022, did you have a marking on your body related to Ghost?
yes,
Okay. And who gave that to you?
Isaac.
What, Kiara, Ms. McCauley, why did you believe these things about Ghost that Isaac would tell you?
I'm not sure why at the time. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. So really, I just wanted somewhere to belong.
Right. Did Isaac ever show you anything related to Ghost? And by that I mean messages with other individuals, or did he provide any physical proof to you that he was part of this organization or that the organization even existed?
The closest thing was when he got on the dark web. But that's it.
And what do you mean by that?
He got onto some, I'm not sure how, but there was this part of the internet where he was finding like very inappropriate videos that I do not ever want to see again.
I want to talk about Grace again. In October of 2022, did you have any beliefs related to Grace and something that may have happened to you?
Yes.
Right. In October of 2022, what did you believe Grace had done or helped to do to you?
I believed she was a part of a rape that I'm not even certain now is real.
How did
Come again?
that idea that Grace had been part of a rape come about? Where did that originate?
Isaac started telling me about a video that he found that looked like me.
And what did he say was happening in the video?
He said that there was a gang rape in that video and it looked like a girl like me, but he got it taken down and he never showed it to me, but I believed him.
Well, what role would Grace have had in that video?
He said that he saw her getting money out of the deal.
When did you start believing that Grace had essentially facilitated a gang rape for you? How far into your relationship with Isaac?
That was about 6 months.
And you stayed
When you
with
started to believe
around
that Grace
3 years?
had facilitated this rape, how did that make you feel?
It made me angry. It made me sad, depressed, all these different emotions, very confusing emotions, all hitting me like at a point where I'm like, someone I love could have done something that bad.
What specific feelings did you have about it as towards Grace at that point?
I was extremely angry with her and I wanted her to feel the pain I felt.
I want to talk very briefly about
No drugs has been mentioned. I want to know this lady's mental history.
something on Halloween in 2021, so a year prior to everything that happened with Grace. Do you know what I'm referring to when I say Halloween of 2021?
I believe so.
Briefly and generally, what happened on Halloween in 2021?
I had thrown a party and no one showed up, so I got really upset. And I called one of my clients, and Isaac came along with, and then someone put something in my drink, and I was raped that night.
Did you get medical care for that assault?
Yes, there was a rape kit then.
After, you said it was with a client?
Yeah,
Okay,
he was a client turned to friend almost, I thought.
Did you or Isaac get paid for that night?
I'm not certain.
After that, did you do any more sex work?
I did.
The mother was weird. She was talking about LARPing.
Whose idea was it for you to continue doing sex work?
It was Isaac's.
And what do you mean by that?
I kept telling him I didn't want to do it anymore, but he kept setting people up so that I could just keep getting paid. Okay. This would be the only thing he wanted.
Do you recall how, for lack of a better word, you would advertise for the sex work?
Yes, there was an ad on Skip the Games, which Isaac put up for me.
And what is Skip the Games?
It's a website for escorts and prostitutes, I think.
Okay.
I was never personally on the site.
I'm
Other
not
than
Googling
creating
that
the-
one for you.
The account or the profile, did Isaac do anything else as it related to you and images being on the site?
There were some photos that he took for specific clients.
Her mom, yeah. His mom hasn't been called, and they are not sure they're going to call her because he was talking to her during the trial, which he wasn't allowed to do. And she anointed all the doors and benches with holy oil.
In October of 2022, Kiara, prior to the incident, at that point, what were your feelings towards Grace? How strong were they?
They were pretty strong. I just wanted her out of my life, but part of me still wanted her around. So I kept messaging her. And then I'm like, wait, what the hell am I doing? Because I felt almost hatred. It's on the thin line.
Who, if anyone, did you talk to about this hatred for Grace
Uh,
prior to October 20?
I think it was her mom, not his mom still. Her mom has been on. And she was just weird. I think it was day one.
Yeah. Well, Isaac, I've talked to him about it a lot. And then I know I talked to my friend Jeffrey and Brady. And I also talked to my friend Kiana at the time. I know I talked to a lot of people about it, but I didn't realize how serious it was.
Was there a part of you that wanted Grace dead?
A part of me.
All right, let's talk about the night before everything happened, okay? So we're gonna talk about October 28th of 2022. Do you remember anything about that day?
Yes.
All right, what do you remember?
So that day, well, it was at night when everything started getting intense for me. It was Isaac had straight up asked me, "Do you want to kill Grace?" And I said yes, not realizing what he was about to do was bring her to the house. So I went to the park, told them to meet me there, and we'd just get it over with. By it, I mean the murder. We'd get it over with so he would stop being so pushy. And then he changed the plan completely.
Let's talk about this first part, and then we'll go on in a minute. Where were you when Isaac said, "Do you want to kill Grace?"
I was in my room,
And what do you mean by your room?
the garage.
Garage. Okay. And after he asked, "Do you want to kill Grace?" What did you say?
I said, "Duh."
Right.
All I said was, "Duh." And
And what happened next?
he told me that he's going to bring her over. I said, "No, that's not a good idea. You know what I feel, how I feel about this." And then he started saying, "Well, you could rank up and ghost and all kinds of stuff."
So you told him you did not want Grace to come over after all?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
And then you said you went to the park to get it over with?
Yeah.
What were you wearing when you went to the park?
I was wearing LARP clothing, which was like armor and a cloak.
Were you carrying anything with you?
I had my sword with me and a few knives.
Did you have any electronics with you?
My phone.
And what was your plan once you got to the park in terms of if Grace had come to the park?
If she had actually gone to the park, I would have just attacked her, was my plan. And then, well, first we were going to try and take her to the tunnel system, but try and convince her. Oh, I hate thinking about it.
Let me stop you there. What do you mean that you were going to take her to a tunnel system?
There's just a bunch of tunnels around my house.
What do you mean?
They're like drain tunnels.
Like storm drains?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you said that, or did you actually make it to the park?
I made it to the park. They did not.
You stated that Isaac changed the plan. What changed?
He texted me saying, "Let's just come back to the house. We'll figure it out from there."
Did you go back to the house?
I did.
And when you walked, did you walk into the garage?
Yes.
When you walked into the garage, what did you see?
I saw Grace sitting on my bed.
Okay. How'd that make you feel?
A lot of anger all at once. And Isaac was just doing his thing.
What do you mean by that?
He was like sitting there acting like it was nothing.
Okay. What happened next?
They started smoking weed and I was drinking a little bit. And throughout the night, it was just my anger kept growing.
At some point in this early part of the night, not the next day, did Isaac leave?
Yes.
Okay. And how was it when it was just you and Grace in the garage?
At that point, I started feeling really bad for her because she had just gone through a breakup herself.
Okay.
That's why she needed a place to stay that night. And I did try to set my feelings aside and just be somewhat supportive. It was really hard, but I tried.
Did Isaac come back?
He did.
After Isaac came back, how did the rest of the evening go in terms of how everyone interacted?
Well, Grace started trying to sleep. I don't know if she actually ended up sleeping or not, but she was acting like she was. Isaac was at the foot of the bed, and I was in Isaac's usual spot, which is on the left side of the bed.
Okay. When you say Isaac was at the foot of the bed, what do you mean?
I mean, he was, so Grace was in my spot on the right side of the bed. I was on the left, just laying down.
What guy sleeps furthest away from the door? As a man, you always sleep closest to the door so you can protect if anyone breaks in. And you're a member of Ghost?
And Isaac was laying at the foot of the bed where horizontally in perspective.
Okay. And when you say the right versus the left side of the bed, which side of the bed would be the side that had the refrigerator next to it? Do you recall a
That
small?
would be the left side.
The left side. And is that the side you were laying on?
Yes.
Okay. And so the side closer to the large garage door would be the right side?
Yes.
Okay. And who was laying there?
Grace.
How did it feel having Grace in your spot?
I did not like it. Very much did not like that.
So while Grace was either sleeping or maybe not sleeping, and you were all three in the bed, what were you and Isaac doing as the night went on?
We were texting
She's the SWAT orator.
and trying to figure out what to do. And he kept handing me knives and stuff too, and I just couldn't pull myself to actually do it at that time.
Kiara, were you dragging a dagger or a knife across Isaac's face at any point?
No,
Were you poking Isaac in the back with a knife or a dagger at any point?
no.
She said it in his interview. And she also had her foot up his ass. Or what Brandon calls Saturday night. Yeah, this is
What,
really
if
stupid.
anything, were you doing with a dagger or a knife as it relates to Isaac's back that night?
Nothing. I was kicking him, but that's it.
Okay. And when you were communicating with Isaac, while you guys were both in the bed, I think you just said texting. What device or devices were you using?
I was using my phone,
Did you use any other device or devices that evening?
just the TV.
Okay. For purposes of communication,
Well, someone is a lucky fella.
what, if any, devices did you use?
Just my phone.
You stated that Isaac handed you a dagger or knives. Is that what you stated?
Yes.
Do you recall kind of where in the evening that started to happen?
That was after Grace had seemed to have fallen asleep. But I do remember holding the dagger above her, and he put his hand on the pommel, the back of the knife, and tried to push it, but I jerked back.
Why?
It didn't feel like it was right.
We've seen the messages between you and Isaac. Do you recall messaging back and forth?
Yes.
Did you use Isaac's phone?
That's the power of the crack. He has a magnificent hairy butt crack. And I saw Mr. Tons of Fun in here earlier today, and I'm pretty sure he picked you up by showing his. That's how every lady is. I've heard. Again, I'm 27 years old and a virgin, so not 100% sure about how you hook up with a lady. But I've heard, especially in America, butt crack is the way. You show that. I've heard it described by Side Eye. She calls it the male cleavage. She cannot keep her eyes away from it. So if you ever meet Side Eyes, I did that, and she was constantly pulling down my pants, and I had to say, my eyes are up here. I'm not a piece of meat. But he had a tremendous butt crack, and only an angel could have those white cheeks.
Phone at any. What, if any, action did you take using Isaac's phone throughout the course of the evening?
I didn't use his phone at all.
Okay. What, if any, action did you take using a cell phone that was on the refrigerator next to the bed?
I didn't use that either. I honestly forgot that was there.
It's
Do
a
you
little
recall what
creepy.
your Facebook username or handle was?
Froggy with 3 G's and an IE and McCullough.
Do you recall what Isaac's Facebook username was?
I believe it was null void.
There's a portion in the night where you send probably about 100 times like a little dog or corgi or sticker or cartoon. Do you recall doing that?
Yeah, I was
What?
trying to annoy him.
Okay.
Get his attention.
What, if any, conversation do you recall having about cleaning up a mess?
I remember some of it.
Okay. What mess would you be planning to clean up?
Grace's death.
Could you clean up the rest of the mess in the garage?
Did your sword have a name?
Yes.
What was it?
Zera.
Can you spell that?
How did I spell it? I don't think I remember how I spelled it.
Okay, but it was Zira?
Did she say sword? You speak English as you. I know it's a sword. Even though Valhalla will chime on, no, every American word is said like it's spelled. No, you don't call it a sword. Yankee stand.
So you said that at one point you had the dagger up and Isaac was pushing on it behind your hand?
Yes.
Okay. Why not just kill her then?
I couldn't bring myself to do it at that point.
What do you recall about what Isaac was telling you throughout the night?
Could I get some water?
Yes.
No, you can ask for some water.
Just a second.
Thank you.
The only thing you can get is the rest you ask for.
But
Who teaches these kids these days? So
he was
if I said that to my dad, he would say, "You can get a slap on your cheeks. The rest you have to ask for." My dad never slapped me, but that's his go-to when he said, "Give me." He said, "You ask for it all."
telling me a lot of like. One that I remember him telling me is dull
Oh, it's a shitty tattoo, also on her chest.
cuts like butter. That is something I remember him telling me because the dagger wasn't very sharp.
Hey, Jamester, welcome.
Hi.
How good is this so far? You think
Yeah,
she was gang raped because he saw a video on the dark web that might have been of. She's not sure if she was ever gang raped. She can't remember it, but who hasn't been gang raped and forgotten about it? I know I have.
First off, she sounds like that whole thing. I was just sitting here the whole time trying to like just commenting to myself since I wasn't on here. But it's just like, ma'am, what is like? None of this sounds like he coerced you in any way, shape, or form. This is you got mad about something, and you were just thinking about offing this lady for however long she did. Like he meant. I mean, don't get me wrong. The messages are horrendous, and he's an idiot. But
Oh, she was into it. Oh, she was into it.
oh, she was super into it. The minute you said like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" She's like, "Oh yeah, of course
Yeah,
I do."
just make me do it. Just make me do. This is exactly the same dynamic as in that case with the guy who was sleeping under the table, with the grandma who had men banging her all the time that they could hear through the wall.
Oh my God, stop it! Yeah, it's just so stupid. Like no one is fooled. It's like, why did you believe all this stuff? I just wanted to belong. Oh my God,
Yeah, I
this
just
woman should
wanted
be
to
in
be
should be in
part of a
jail.
group.
Yeah.
You
Do
went
you want
to
to be a part of
11.
a group that wants a ghost group? Like, man, go to jail. She should be in jail for the rest of her life. She shouldn't have gotten a deal. She should have just testified because she needs to testify, and that's it. This woman should be in prison the rest of her life. She is psychotic. If this
Yeah.
is all it takes for her to want to take a sword to somebody, think of what she's going to do in the future. She's not going to get out of here. I hate this stuff.
I'm sorry to inform you. I've learned from Valhalla. It's called a sword.
A sword?
A sword.
Oh, man.
Valhalla. He's from I don't know, Idaho or something. He doesn't speak
Mhm.
English.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll wait.
Yeah, but it's still an insane confession and testimony. Why is she using two hands to drink? That's something old people does.
What, if any,
Yeah.
messages do you recall as it relates to Ghost and murdering Grace from that evening?
He mentioned some place called the barn. Said, well, if you don't do it now, we'll do it there. And I don't know what exactly he was talking about.
Had you ever been to the barn with him?
No.
I'm calling Valhalla out of this one. He's always going on about his brain injuries. I've met him. He seems fine, but he's always, whenever he fucks up, he'll always, well, I have a brain injury. I'm just a brain injury. I'm not buying it. No, we watched that on day one. So we already know she was about twice the size back then and had a haircut that was even uglier than the one she has now.
Did you have a butterfly knife with you that night?
Not that night, no.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I had one at one point, but I lost it
When did you lose it?
about a week prior.
Let's talk about the sword for a moment, okay? What do you recall about the sword?
It was extremely sharp. And it was a beautiful sword. If you look at it in the view of art, that's how I like to view it. It was art. That
It wasn't. It was a shitty sword.
During the night.
Didn't you get it off
as
Amazon?
You and Isaac are
I mean, come on.
messaging.
Yeah, and it was misshapen. The base was way too wide and it was way too pointy. It was a shitty sword. Don't you come at me. I will show you a sword, lady. And not in that way. Stop it, side eyes. Dirty, dirty mind.
Where was the sword?
it was on the floor next to the door, just to the right of the door.
Okay. So I guess I should ask you this. When you came in from being at the park, you stated that you had some armor and the sword with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you do with the sword when you walked into the garage after being at the park?
I took it off my belt and set it down. I set it right next to me, which was right to the left of the door,
Okay.
right next to a bunch of cubbies.
Okay. And what did you do with your armor?
I just took it off and set it there.
Do you recall what you were wearing other than the armor?
It was a blue sweater and pleather pants.
Pleather, like fake leather?
Yes.
All right. So throughout the night, as you and Isaac are messaging, did the sword stay in that same spot where you had put it down when you'd come in from the park?
Yes.
Where was the dagger throughout the night?
Multiple different places. At one point, he was holding onto it. At one point, it was next to me on the floor. And then there were a couple points where it was on our hands, and we're trying to figure out what to do.
How much sleep did you get that night?
None.
Why?
At the time when I fell asleep angry, Isaac always told me that I was grumpy. He didn't like how I would act, so I wouldn't sleep when I was angry.
This is her style of sword. It's useless. Can't use it for anything. You can have like one with this is more like a crushing sword. You can have one that's pointy. This is a shitty sword. Get better swords, lady. Well, it worked. That's not what we're talking about. You called it a piece of art. Jamie, I will call you out on your bad swords.
Well, a good thing I don't buy them off Amazon, and I don't buy any at all, but that's not the first place I'd look.
Thank you, Mel1111, for becoming a YouTube member. And sorry, we are very sword critical over here.
Yeah.
And I
Anyways,
was awake for a very long time.
I want to go now to the mid-morning hours, okay? Did you and Isaac make a plan referred to as Operation Fake Kickout?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
I was pretending to kick Isaac out so I could get Grace to leave because I was trying to back out.
Okay. And do you recall the final messages Isaac sent to you before everything happened?
Not completely, but I do remember him saying that she had admitted to doing something to him.
What did you take him saying she admitted to doing something? What did you think that was referring to?
That was referring to the rape. That's what I thought it was meaning.
How'd that
You
make you
thought
feel
it was meaning?
to hear Isaac or to see Isaac message that Grace had admitted it to him?
I was hurt. I was angry. I had so many mixed emotions. It's like, to the point I actually cried a little bit.
Did you ask anybody
Once
if this was real?
Message or
Stupid?
Jamie, he's an angel. Angels cannot lie. You're such a.
Like you're
This is why-
basing all of offing somebody off of this bull crap that you don't even know is real, and you're not even, you're just reading messages. Well, that's what it implied to me. Why don't you ask somebody? I hate this.
Jamie, you are the Biblia specialist on this channel. And you would tell me that you would not believe an angel talking to you? This is Gabriel, the archangel. I would have chosen Michael because he's the guy who runs around with a sword and kills people. But still, this is Gabriel. He's talking to the archangel. You know you would have listened to him as well.
Please.
Brandon says, she has better scissors than you. Don't be a hater. Also, you need new member-only content for all the new cream pies. I've done members-only content twice this month. That's probably more than I did last year. Oh, and I just put because someone was about to show my video from last night, so I put it in members only. So there's 3 things this month.
Yeah, there you go. What are
Yeah.
you crying about?
Yeah, Brandon, what you're crying about? You want Jamie to go out to Rhode Island and slap you around a little bit? She will do it.
I'm already teed off about this lady. She's an idiot. They're both idiots, but she's just getting on the stand saying this dumb crap.
When you said they're both idiots, did you mean her and Gabriel, or did you mean Brandon and this lady?
No, not Brandon.
Oh. Okay, I'm just one of our longest time member. I know you treat him like shit and won't give him his membership chats, but still.
Final messages. What happened
Whatever. I
next?
heart Brandon a lot. He's a good dude.
We were getting up and like trying to just act like everything was normal for a moment.
Where was Grace at this point?
She was sitting next to Isaac at the foot of the bed.
Where were you?
I was standing in front of them,
When you say standing in front of him, what would have been, say, to your back?
the front door.
What happened next?
Isaac handed me the sword,
Okay. What did you take that to mean?
and it's time to do it. And I had no choice.
Yes, you did. You had lots of
At that
choices.
point, how were you feeling emotionally?
Overwhelmed.
What happened next?
Thank you, Janelle, for saying my favorite baker. Oh, aren't you a sweetie pies? See,
Even
Jamie,
Baker,
some
a
people
big
do
head.
like me.
Yeah. It's few and far between nowadays, isn't it?
Well, I do have a few haters out there right now.
I'm kidding. We all love you.
Because I'm started on a diet with way more vegetables in it, so I'm eating all these carrots.
Ugh. Throw them in the
Yeah.
trash. Hi,
I
Dave.
just bought some fresh peas. I love eating peas as a snack when it's summer.
Snack peas?
No, just a normal peas, green pea. You know peas? Just
No,
you have
but
that.
you're
and you
eating
open
them
it.
as a snack, so then they turn into snack peas?
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I don't
Tastes
mind
great.
them. But I can't imagine like popping. Do you pop them in your mouth like one at a time?
No, I'll take my thumb and then run it down the pot and then up. Good.
Oh my God.
Yes, I do like the taste of penis.
He told me
I knew somebody was going to say that.
he would hurt my mom if I didn't do it. Because I was standing there like, what the fuck are you trying to make me do?
No, he
He's not
didn't.
making
That's
you
not in
do
the text message.
anything.
What happened?
Then
Oh my
Grace
God.
started laughing at me like it was some big joke.
Oh,
How'd that make
that's
you feel?
it.
It brought all of my anger out in one spot.
So Grace made you do it.
Okay. See, this is why you need to be in jail the rest of your life. You can't even control yourself like a normal human
What?
being in the society. Oh.
Your depression era diet is depressing. No, it's good for you to eat vegetables, especially green vegetables. It's good for you.
No, it's
You
not.
should try it. Stop being a hater. Not everything can be a
Eat meat.
baconator.
Eat meat and just
And
love
have
it.
meat.
Eat meat, cut out the sugar and carbs, and you'll be fine. You don't need those gross vegetables.
It's good for your stomach, so it has something to work with.
Mm.
Haters
What happened next?
all around.
I closed my eyes and swung the sword.
When you made that first swing, where was Isaac?
He was right next to her, on her right.
When you swung the first time, what did Isaac do?
And he got up and he started saying, "Come on, finish it, finish it, finish it." And then he ended up leaving for a little bit, and I finished the job, as he would reference it. And then he came back, told me, "Go take a shower."
Let me stop you there.
Sorry.
While you were murdering Grace, were you saying anything to Grace that you recall?
Just say, "I'm sorry." I just
You-
kept telling her, "Please just
Oh,
apologize and I'll let you go."
What? What? You are legitimately crazy,
Where
woman.
on the bed or in the room did Grace die?
She was on the bed.
You stated that Isaac then came back.
Yes.
Where were you in the garage when Isaac came back?
I was standing next to the door.
And where was the sword?
It was on the bed at the time.
What, if anything, did Isaac say when he came back?
He told me to go take a shower.
Did you?
Yes.
All right. How long do you think it took you to shower?
About 15 minutes.
When you came back, or after you left the shower, what did you do?
I got dressed, grabbed a couple towels, and started heading towards the garage. Because Isaac had told me that he was going to clean it up.
What was your plan for once you got to the garage?
I was just going to help give him a hand.
When you got to the garage, what did you observe?
I saw her body on the floor, the sword on the table, and I freaked out.
Okay. What did you do?
I locked the door, ran back into the house and the main house, and realized what had just happened.
When you were exiting the garage and headed into the main house, did you see anyone?
I heard the cops.
Was Isaac present at any point from when let me ask this. When was the last time you saw Isaac?
When he came to tell me to take a shower.
When you went back to the garage, where was Grace?
She was on the floor.
Is that where you had left her?
She was on the bed when I left.
Do you remember any injuries to your hand or hands?
I got a couple cuts on my hands from the sword. Mix it in.
Macaulay, you're testifying today pursuant to a plea agreement you've accepted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which you shouldn't have given her.
And
Disgusting.
what are the consequences, without saying any numbers, if you do not testify truthfully today? What is your understanding of the consequences of lying?
I could get more time.
Could you also face additional charges?
I believe so, yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
You may.
Ms. McCauley, I'm approaching you with what's been marked as State's Exhibit 91, okay? I'm going to hand this to you and just ask that you review it, and if you tell me if you recognize what it is, okay? You can look through the rest of the document if you need to.
Yeah, I recognize this.
And I'll just have you look through all of it really quickly. What is State's Exhibit 91?
My plea agreement.
Your plea agreement?
Yes.
And is this the plea agreement?
Because then they didn't have to take it to trial and waste a couple of $100,000 taxpayer money on it.
That you signed and accepted and was filed into court last January?
Yes.
They know they're lying, and she's not lying if she's saying the things they want her to say. That's how plea agreement goes. You will never get caught in perjury if you say what the states want you to say.
I don't think she's
Did you
lying.
plead
I
guilty
just
to
think her
aggravated murder
reasoning
in the
for
second
everything
degree?
is psychotic.
Oh yeah, she's
Did you plead
insane.
guilty to conspiracy to commit first-degree murder under willful and deliberate?
I did.
And in exchange for that plea, are you agreeing to fully cooperate in this case?
Yes.
At this time, I'd move to admit State's Exhibit 91.
Any objection to 91?
No objection from defense.
91 is admitted without objection.
I don't intend to publish this time. Kiara, you stated today that the injuries to your hands were from the sword. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall doing a police interview with now Sergeant, but Detective Javier Vigil back on the day of the murder?
A little bit, yes.
How were you feeling during that interview with Detective Vigil?
I had a lot of adrenaline at the time. I was freaking out a lot, so I was having a hard time communicating clearly. Like, I was saying crazy shit because I was also kind of excited to talk to someone who wasn't Isaac.
Do you recall what you told Sergeant Vigil as it relates to how you'd gotten the injuries on your hands?
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Did you tell Sergeant Vigil that it happened from dropping a knife a day prior?
I don't think so.
Just a moment.
Yeah, and I can't bang. Well, that's mostly on my ED, but still. Oh, I shouldn't say stuff like that. Someone will clip that and use it against me.
Kiara, were you fully honest with Detective Vigil during your police interview?
No.
What do you mean by that?
I lied about what I thought happened. So I said I don't remember, but I remembered a lot more than I wanted to.
Why'd you lie?
I was scared.
Talking about the messages between you and Isaac, there are times that you ask him to commit the murder of Grace. Do you recall saying that?
I remember telling him,
Sorry, Laurie, but after seeing this production by the tourist outreach program for New Mexico, you are another state I am not visiting.
to do something, anything, whether it was kill her or get her the fuck out. Sorry. I didn't care if it was to get rid of her, just get her to leave somehow, or kill her, get it over with, just do something, get her out of my space.
What did you think would happen for you as it relates to Ghost if you had killed Grace?
I would have ranked up and been officially a part of it. And
Can we approach her?
I would,
No.
Ghost. If asked that, Kiara, what did
Looked into those dead eyes, dead dark eyes, like the eyes of a doll.
And yes, it is a pentagram she has on her necklace.
you think would happen as it relates to you and Ghost if
Isn't that precious?
and when you murdered Grace?
I believed I would rank up in Ghost and that I would get paid as well.
Is there an amount of money that you thought you would get paid?
He didn't tell me the exact amount.
But you wanted to offer because she made you mad. It had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, now you want money, but you hated her because he had told that she was the reason why you were gang raped on a video you didn't know. He's cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Jamie, when you tried to unalive Iris, did you do it to rank up or just because you couldn't stand her?
I was totally trying to rank up.
I understand. I totally understand.
But I failed. They kicked me out.
Oh,
You know.
I would appeal.
Maybe I will.
You've had two other interviews. Do you recall those? Another one here at the courthouse with Detective Vigil,
Yes,
and then another one with some of Isaac's attorneys.
yes.
And were you fully honest in those interviews?
Not fully.
What do you mean by that?
I was scared to say that. I said that Isaac had swung first, but in reality, he just handed me the sword.
So did Isaac Apodaca take any swings using the sword at Grace's body?
As far as I'm aware, no.
Should have clarified. In your presence,
In my presence, no.
No. Yeah, well, they were in the same room.
moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Been truthful today? Kiara, have you been truthful today about your role in the murder of Grace Jennings?
Yes,
Pass the witness.
You did multiple interviews in this case, as you discussed with Ms. Haley, the prosecutor, correct?
yes,
Okay. And one was initially with Detective Javier Vigil on October 29, 2022, correct?
yes,
The date of the incident? You had no attorney present then, correct?
correct.
And you were charged with murder after that interview?
Yeah,
Okay. The other interview was with your attorney and the prosecutors in this case on October 1st, 2024, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Based on your cooperation in that interview, you entered the plea agreement that Ms. Murphy showed you on February 11th, 2025, correct?
Yes,
Okay. After your plea agreement, you did a pretrial interview with your attorneys, Mr. Rule and Mr. Clark, the prosecutor, and members of Isaac's defense team, which would include myself and Mr. David Meek, correct?
yes,
Okay. And then, as part of your agreement, you entered a guilty plea,
yes,
correct?
yes,
Second-degree murder?
yes,
Okay. And your cooperation with the prosecution is part of that plea agreement, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you understand that your testimony here today could affect whether the state actually recommends that sentence in the plea, correct?
yes,
Okay. Now, you have every reason to minimize your own responsibility here today, correct?
yes,
Okay. And you have every reason to maximize Isaac's responsibility, correct?
I understand that.
Yes or no?
Yes,
the more blame you place on Isaac, the better it is for you, correct, Kiara?
Objection, Your Honor.
Come on up.
Doesn't really matter if she places because she already took a deal. She's not going to get
Yeah.
out easier.
I mean, I think the placing the blame on him is stupid because I don't believe that's true at all, but like in what she did. But your client effed himself.
Yeah.
She's not really doing much other than just looking legit crazy to me.
Yeah, and she's already gotten 30 years in prison, so she's not going to change that. Well, maybe for a parole hearing, but nothing's going to change that. She got 30 years. So she'll be out of prison when she's 50. Come on. Why is it so fucking slow today?
Closer to the microphone, we're having difficulty. Closer to the microphone, we're having difficulty hearing you and getting your voice on the recording.
Okay, is this better?
Okay, please continue, counsel.
Thank you. Now, your story has evolved or changed between the 3 different interviews that you did, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You became more accusatory of Isaac as time progressed, correct, Kiara?
Seeing what happened, yes.
Okay. And in fact, in your first interview, when you didn't have attorneys and you were just meeting with Detective Vito, you never said anything about Isaac handling a sword, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the interview, again, was done without an attorney present, correct?
That was correct.
Okay. Your second interview was done shortly before you took the plea in this case, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That interview, again, was done with your attorneys present, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How far is your mom's house from the detached garage you were staying in?
It was about 15 feet,
15?
15 feet-ish.
Okay, so maybe, no, I guess we'd speculate, but 15 feet, so it wasn't very far, right?
Yeah, it's not
You,
too far.
you could hear what was going on in her house
Not really.
sometimes, if somebody was
Sometimes.
screaming?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would
And-
think so, but
Okay. And if she was in her house, she could hear somebody screaming in your detached garage?
she usually has the TV on loud enough that she wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Okay. Now, you have stated that, you stated that you had strong feelings for Grace, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't believe that Grace ever showed any real feelings back towards you?
When we were younger, she had feelings back for me, but as we grew, I don't think she had any feelings anymore.
Okay. And that was a source of discomfort for you?
A bit.
That bothered you? Okay. And Grace was cheating on you a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, another issue how much were you drinking that day?
I had a pint. I'm not sure exactly how much I drank.
Okay.
It was within that.
Were you drinking a little? Were you drinking a lot?
I
Drinking a
wasn't
few?
drinking all that much. It was just a lack of sleep that was like not helping.
Okay. Would you have drank a whole bottle and a half of Jack Daniels, Tennessee whiskey?
I honestly don't remember.
Okay. Would you have said that at some?
A bottle and a half of Jack. No. Even though she was a fatty back then, she didn't drink a bottle and a half of Jack because she was clearly communicating. And if they were sitting there from around midnight and she wasted a bottle and a half, no, even in my drinking days, I couldn't be that articulate after a bottle and a half. She didn't drink it. She probably said it to try and sound cool or something, but she didn't drink a bottle and a half of Jack because she would be passed out.
Point.
I think I did.
Did you in fact say that in the interview you had with prosecutors your attorneys, Mr. Clark and Mr. Rule, right before you took the plea agreement?
I don't remember.
Okay, but that is something you could have said.
Possibly.
Okay. Now, in your initial interview,
I used to be a very, very heavy drinker. I could polish off about a case of beer and then maybe half a bottle of liquor when I went out drinking. That's 30 beers and half a bottle of liquor. And I would be wasted. And I have a very, very high tolerance for alcohol. I'm one of those people who shouldn't be drinking because I will drink so much it'll ruin my body and I won't even feel super drunk until my liver stopped working. Then I felt really, really fucking drunk and had blackouts. Apparently you need your liver. Who cares? But I can polish off still to this day, even though I'm not drinking, I can polish off 15, 20 beers and be drunk, but not raving drunk, falling all over and stuff like that. But a bottle and a half of Jack in a 5'5" woman, even though she's fat, never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
with Detective Vijo, you had stated that you only had a few sips of alcohol, correct?
I don't remember, honestly.
Would it help if I refreshed your memory?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm the Broken Baker. I run this YouTube channel, and that's not nice.
I just got that one. Oh, hi, Iris.
He's so slow. Why does the CC say, I don't have an idiot? Jamie has an idiot on screen with her.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Does that refresh your memory, Ms. McCulley?
Yes.
Okay. And you stated in that interview that you had a couple of sips?
Yes.
Okay. And so safe to say that your story then changed and you said you had a bottle and a half of Jack Daniels that day, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack.
Don't do that.
So is it safe to say you were pretty out of it that day
I was.
and you didn't have any real recollection of what was going on that day, correct?
It was fuzzy, but I
No,
remember.
that's all? Yes or no? You didn't have any, don't have any real recollection of what happened that day, yes or no?
No, I remember a lot.
You remember a lot after drinking a bottle and a half of Jack Daniels?
Yes.
Stated that you stooped over Grace with a sword and asked her to apologize?
Yes.
Okay. She wouldn't and you kept stabbing her?
Yes.
Okay. You also believe you were drugged by Grace previously?
Before the incident, yes.
Okay. Move your approach, Turner.
Yes.
I hate this lawyer. He's so fucking slow.
I mean, he's got nothing, and it's just, ugh.
No, it's a shitty tattoo on her neck. These were young, cool people, members of Ghost, paramilitary organization that will always tell you, make sure that you have very easily discernible tattoos when you go around unaliving people. Because nothing can go wrong from that. Who is the defense witness? Some Nazgul? This isn't the defense witness. This is the killer. She's from the state. been some long sidebars.
Period of time. Over what period of time did you drink the bottle and a half of Jack that day?
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay. Do you remember roughly how much you weighed back then?
It was about 160 at the time.
Okay. So you don't remember how long you've been drinking for that day, correct?
Correct.
But it was that day.
It was a mix of that day and the night before.
Okay. So you're drinking into the night and into the day.
Yes.
Okay. You had stated that Grace had pulled a knife out of you because you have a big mouth and always say what you think, correct?
Not exactly, but I just said a joke and that she didn't like.
Okay. So you're not necessarily a very passive person, correct, Kira?
I am a very passive person, actually.
Okay. But you do like to say what you think?
Not so much anymore.
Okay, but previously,
When I was younger, yes.
you would say what you think to Isaac?
To Isaac, yes. I
Okay.
trusted him.
You also stated that Grace always had a knife with her, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in your pretrial interview, you had stated that Isaac handed you the sword and started swinging at Kiara, correct?
Kiara?
Or at Grace.
He handed me the sword, and that's when I got the cuts on my hands.
What?
I swung.
Did the enhancer go away again?
So this is the same sword that you had ordered on Amazon, correct?
Yes.
And you wanted the sword, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and in fact, you had an infatuation towards swords, correct?
Just gonna refresh and see if the enhancer picks up again because I can't hear her. Oh, it looks like they went on lunch break. That's nice.
Bottle and a half of Jack that day? Even
Day.
day.
Yes.
Okay.
There's the enhancer.
You had stated that Grace had, you're not, have had, in your pretrial interview, you had stated that Isaac handed you the sword and started swinging at Kiara, correct?
Kiara?
Or at Grace.
He handed me the sword, and that's when I got the cuts on my hands. And then I swung.
Okay. So this is the same sword that you had ordered on Amazon, correct?
Yes.
And you wanted the sword, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and in fact, you had an infatuation towards swords, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and your mom was part of some sort of medieval sword club, correct?
It was LARPing, live action role play.
I'm sorry?
Live action role play.
Okay, and you grew up around swords, correct?
Well, not with one in the house, but she taught me how to fight with one, but we used sticks at the time.
So your mom taught you how to fight with swords.
Yeah, just for LARPing, and it's fun to LARP.
So at some point, did you kind of want to live out this fantasy of actually using a sword?
I bought it because I thought the end of the world was coming.
Okay.
Oh man.
Do you know what would have been better if the end of the world was coming? Losing about 50 pounds. You had a bigger chance.
You stated in the pretrial interview that
with a sword.
Isaac had
Shitty's Amazon sword.
touched a sword and moved the sword, correct?
Yes.
And you state that was your testimony here today that Isaac had, or your testimony here today is that Isaac handed you the sword, correct?
Yes, he handed me the sword.
Okay. Now, in the interview prior to taking the plea agreement with your attorneys and the state, you had stated something completely different, correct?
I don't remember.
Okay. You would have stated that Isaac had swung at Kiara, correct?
Use the wrong name again.
I'm
But
sorry?
yes, you used my name.
Or Grace, excuse me.
He's such a
I
bad
like it.
lawyer.
You said that Isaac had swung at Grace, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in the police interview, you didn't say that Isaac handled the sword at all, correct?
I don't recall.
In the pre-trial interview, you stated that Isaac had did this while you were in the shower, correct?
Well, there was something that happened while I was in the shower. I'm not sure exactly what, because her body moved and so did the sword.
But you have no way of actually knowing this, correct?
Just that it moved because I
Okay.
saw it.
Now, you had no coaching before the interview you initially did with Detective Vio, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But you were prepped by your defense attorneys before doing the interview with the state before you took the plea agreement?
Objection, Your Honor.
Approach.
Objection,
So you were
Your
prepped
Honor.
for the interview that you had with the state, with the prosecutors, and your defense attorneys before you took the plea agreement, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because he can think on his feet. This guy can't think on his feet, and he is not prepared when he asks questions. There's a lot of things you can say about Ricardo, but he's always been good at thinking and talking, and this guy is absolutely horrendous as both of them.
So what exactly did you want Grace to say sorry for when you were
Yeah.
over her?
For the rape that I believed happened at the time.
But you didn't find out. You were just assuming.
You didn't have to stay.
Jamie, if Gabriel the archer, Iris is gonna take you to church and teach you about the Bible.
You can try.
Gabriel the archangel told her she had been raped and he had seen it on the dark web. That's enough
I'd
for
say-
me.
Well, not for me. I'd be like, where is it right now? Find it. I want to see this.
Iris, get the fabuloso.
With Isaac Apodaca to have a place to stay, correct?
No.
Okay. You in fact stayed in your mom's detached garage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But Isaac needed a place to stay when he was staying with you, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, you would kick him out frequently, correct?
No.
Okay.
No.
Isaac wasn't wearing a bodysuit or anything that day, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Now,
Like a
you
lady's
had also
bodysuit?
previously stated that you hadn't slept for 4 days prior, correct?
Correct.
Okay. How do you stay awake for 4 days?
Red Bull.
It's a lot of Red Bull.
BS. Red Bull doesn't keep you
Okay.
up.
Could you just have been imagining things?
No.
Okay.
Well, you could after 4 days.
What?
Being imagining things.
Oh,
When
yeah,
you stay up more than, is it 26 hours? More than 26 hours, it's like being at a 0.1 or something like that.
Yeah,
Now,
I've always
for the
heard
this
it's like
happened, you
28:30.
took a
You would
shower,
like
correct?
drunk, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
You didn't call the police, did you?
No.
You didn't call 911?
No, I did not.
So if Isaac had planned any of this, I mean, he totally missed the part of not calling 911, correct?
Correct.
Because he did call 911. Correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, maybe it was Red Bull mixed with meth. Then you'd be up all night, right? But Red Bull on its own is weak.
Now, you also stated that you've been seeing Isaac everywhere, correct?
When I first got arrested, yes.
Just as a foundation.
Yeah, clarify what you mean.
Okay. Again, do you remember doing the pretrial interview in this case with myself, my investigator, your attorneys, and the state's attorneys?
Yes.
Okay. And you have stated that you've been seeing Isaac everywhere, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Even in the jail?
He was very far in my head. And I would see him in the mirror from time to time. But I believe that may also be part of my spiritual beliefs.
Okay. Even in the mirror in the jail?
Yes.
Oh,
She saw him
Basically in
and
places that Isaac wouldn't be?
Yes. And I knew it wasn't him.
Okay.
I knew he wasn't there.
Okay. If just answer what I asked you, okay, Karen?
Sorry.
Okay.
what?
Now, this has been going on for a very long time, correct?
It stopped.
Okay, but previously it was going on for a very long time, correct?
It happened for about 2 months.
Okay. And you were seeing Grace as well, correct?
Her ghost.
Okay.
How can she be this calm and collected and she knows she sounds like a lunatic, right?
no, she probably doesn't. But this is what psychopaths act like.
Oh my God.
Now, you also love weaponry, correct?
I think it's beautiful art.
Okay. And you said that the sword was beautiful in direct examination, correct?
Yes.
And you brought the sword with you, correct, that day?
Can you clarify?
You brought the sword with you to the detached garage when Grace was there?
Yes.
Okay. And you didn't want Grace in your house, correct?
Correct.
So anything Isaac could have done could have been a figment of your imagination, correct?
No.
Your Honor calls for speculation.
Sustained.
You wanted the sharpest thing to hurt her that day, correct? Grace,
I just wanted to get it over with.
you really wanted to hurt her.
I just wanted to hear her say I'm sorry.
Okay, and you did
Why'd
hurt
you have
her.
to kill
correct?
her?
Trying to get it out of her, yes.
I don't think that's the way you do it.
And you had wanted to kill Grace in the tunnel initially and leave the body there so it wouldn't be discovered as quickly, correct?
Yes, that was the idea.
Now, you have previously catfished Grace, correct?
Yes.
Can you explain to the jury what catfishing means?
Just
Oh my God.
created a
Pygmy. I can answer that question. Can I be sworn in as an expert on catfishing?
false account to message her and, in my case, annoy the crap out of her.
Okay. And how did you do this to Grace?
I created a fake account with a fake name, fake picture, and tried to get under her skin.
So you were trying to coerce her?
I was trying to annoy her,
Okay.
bug her, upset her.
You were being vindictive?
Yeah.
You've also said, back to the stuff about the what you've been seeing or observing or feeling in the jail. You would feel you say that you would feel Isaac's energy in the jail, correct?
I don't see how that counts. Can you explain what you mean?
It's my question, Kiara. So all I'm asking you is, you have stated that you would feel Isaac's energy in the jail, correct?
Well, he was there in the jail as well. So, yes.
Maybe your approach, Sharon?
Is he mad because she said he's in jail?
Well,
Yeah.
he kind of said it. He set it up by saying, "You can feel the energy." Yeah, he was there as well. You opened the
Yeah.
door, idiot.
I mean, oh, man.
Oh, we're live.
She's the worst.
Ask better question if you want better answers. Yes.
Well, yeah. Both of these people just need to get thrown into a pit, a dark pit. Never to be seen again. They're awful people.
Yeah, they're not invited for my Christmas party.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but not anymore.
No, that's not his lawyer. That's a private investigator that is sitting at the table. Do you hear how snotty and bratty she sounds speaking about her victim? 30 years ain't long enough. No, she clearly hasn't. She doesn't sound like she has remorse. She still sounds like she has anger for her, even though it was a made-up story.
Yeah, that she never clarified. She just believed outright. She never saw anything. And she was
Yeah.
just festering in this anger and then decided, she said, I wanted her to say she was sorry. Oh, as I was chopping her up, I wanted her to say her sorry. Ma'am, get it together.
Where do they get money for swords and tats? She was a prostitute. So,
Ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, I think we're going to go ahead and take our lunch recess. We've got more with this witness on the stand, so we'll continue with Ms. McCauley on the stand when we come back for lunch. Same instructions, don't have any conversations with anyone, don't seek out any information, leave your notes with the bailiff. It is 12 o'clock. If you would be back at 1:15, and we'll try and get started as early as we can this afternoon.
All right.
True that. So she's holding her
Ms.
own.
McCauley, you may step down. You'll be back on the stand when we come back after lunch hour. Did you bring a lunch for them? Okay. So we'll take her out and down first. You may be seated in the courtroom, ladies and gentlemen, for just a moment.
Yell at him. I love you. No one puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
Attack him.
Ew.
Attack him. Jump him. Come on. Give me some action. Yeah, open the door.
It would
Yeah,
be nice.
if they had been methed out of their brains, it would have made sense. But they were smoking weed and
Yeah.
drinking, and
I'm jealous if she gets an Uncrustable. I want one.
Okay. Council, about an hour for lunch. If you'd be back at 1:15, we'll start.
well, I thought they would be done by lunch, and I want to go watch Spain and France play football. So we're going to pick it up again tomorrow and finish off the rest of the day. I don't think it's going to be a whole hell of a lot longer, but I'll figure out tomorrow what time we start. Tonight, if I can get out of bed, I will be rewatching yesterday's hearing with the Karen Reed phone extraction that kind of turned a little spicy. So we're going to watch that tonight. And maybe if we're lucky, Jamie will join us tomorrow.
I hope so. It's day
Because
by day, man.
Jamie is a big fan of this lady and her religious beliefs.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's insane. I mean,
And,
I knew I figured it was going to be that way. Like, I believe her story, but I don't believe that like just the ridiculousness of it. It's just like it was so like what a senseless killing over some bullet.
over some
honky.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's
I think that did this thing, and there was this video of me, and she was telling people, oh my God, and you didn't ask. That is the rule of today. Like, if you think something's going on, go ask the person and just
yeah,
say, is this real? Is this real life?
this is
Before I take a sword to your neck. I mean, come on.
again, had they been on all the meth, I'd bought it. But they didn't do drugs. He smoked weed and she drank.
No.
That doesn't make you insane.
Yeah, this is the worst. The worst is these people were basically like they were
They're
sober and
teenagers.
insane. When they're sober and insane, it's even scarier.
It's just insane. It's senseless killing. But we see a lot of those. But go watch Le Bleu play España. I think right now I would be putting my money on France, but I don't bet anymore because Mbappe looks like he's unstoppable at this World Cup. And Jamie will be rooting for Mbappe as well. He is her favorite player, and she always goes la 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 le bleu la 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 le bleu. So
Is this like almost done? This World Cup thing?
yeah, these are the semifinals, and then you have the final probably Sunday.
So it's between France and who?
France and Spain is playing first, and then tomorrow it's Argentina versus England. England.
Oh yeah. Iris did tell me this on Sunday and I totally forgot already. So
Oh, you know someone who plays for the England team?
she knows all, yeah, number 7's on all teams. She's
Yeah.
got it. She knows.
Don't be
God,
like
I love
Iris.
her.
Find out what the hell the name of the player is.
Get some information. What Danish team?
Love you all. See you all. Be back tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, you guys! There's a class called Basic Grifting.